we went down to Clintwood, Virginia, and the community there is just amazing. It's unlike anything here where you walk, like, we would walk into the grocery store and people would like say hi to us and say thank you even though it wasn't like directly affecting them. It was just, they were so grateful that someone was helping them in their community. And it was just so nice to like hear people's stories and have people like really appreciate the simple things that we were doing, because it was kind of like gross work, but it like in retrospect it was a really like gratifying experience. And then you come home and you look at all the things you have and you realize like you don't need all this stuff. It was really good.
Last year and this year I went on the Appalachian Mission Project trip, and we spent a week helping repair houses for those in need in Clintwood, Virginia. And that too was just two of the best experiences I've ever had. I got closer with so many people, and I got to experience a whole different culture in Appalachia, and I really got to see that we can like make a difference if we really put ourselves out there and we take risks and we try to help other people.
A couple weeks ago, over spring break, I went to Virginia for the Appalachia trip, and we fixed up this woman's house who, she lived alone. It was just her and her cat, and she just, every time we would do something, she would just appreciate it so much, and that meant so much because like we would dance in her driveway and she'd be like, I can't believe the spirit you guys have, I can't believe how much fun you're having with your lives. And it was just really cool to hear how well we're living our lives, like to have reinforced to us. So
there was a lot of service opportunities that were like shown to me. So the first one I went on was Appalachia, and that's when we went to West Virginia, and it was for a week, and we built houses. I built a deck. Some of my friends were building roofs and just like making the people's houses that really are less fortunate, making it better. And it was a really fun time, and I learned, and that kind of changed my life too, and it's kind of making me do more service now and probably in the future.
While I'm in Action Reaction, I'm a leader for Action Reaction, and they just built a new Ronald McDonald House right by school. It's right off of Pulaski and 99. And what we do, Action Reaction goes once a month, and we go and make meals for the families who have kids at Christ Hospital. And we go set up the food, cook it, set out like meals. The families come in like frequently, like there's not a set time. It's just from like 5 to say 7 o'clock, and afterwards we like clean up and just like get to know the families. Some of them will share their experiences and stuff like that.
I went on the last Kairos, and it was a really great experience. I had spent the whole year wondering like what the whole like hubbub was about and what everyone was like kept talking about. And when I went, it finally like everything made sense, and it was like it was just a really great way to step back and look at the things in my life and see like that I'm really lucky to have the things that I have, or like look at the things that I need to change in my life, or like, you know, not stress out about so many things, or just value my family, because I didn't really do that before, and then I came back with this like different way to look at life.
Well, I come from like a really lucky family. I have a great family, and I just don't think I realized how fortunate I was before I went. And so, you know, before going, I'd leave the house and say like, I love you, Mom, love you, Dad, thanks, but I never like really meant it. And going on Kairos when I went, I just kind of realized how lucky I am to have such great parents and friends and my brother and sister, like everyone in my life. I was just so lucky to have such good relationships, and so I went and realized it, and now when I come home I actually, you know, when I say I love you, I mean it. I always make sure I say it, and it was just really an eye-opening experience to my life at home.
My Kairos experience is absolutely amazing. I would say it was one of the best weekends of my life. I learned so much about all of my other classmates and my friends, and a lot more about myself than I really expected to. And I got closer with so many people. It just made the rest of my senior year amazing.
Well, I didn't know really what to expect at all, and then I got there, and it was just so cool because it was just a bunch of girls who would just talk about God freely. Like when you're in grammar school, it's just kind of like not cool to talk about God, but then when you're there, like you can say anything you want and they'll accept it, and it was just amazing to have that kind of freedom and to just totally be yourself. And I got a lot out of it. I'm friends with a bunch of girls that I would never have talked to before, and my relationship with my family has definitely changed. I think I'm closer with them now. Going back a second time was really cool because I got to spread what I learned and give it to the other girls, so it was awesome.
Living the fourth is kind of like an uphill battle because it's so easy to like come back, and on Kairos we talk about like the masks that we wear and the things that we do, and to like run away from our problems or whatever. And so it's easy to like slip back into that when there's like a problem that comes up or something. But since I've come back, I've done a lot of like when something comes up, I wait and I figure out like how I should react to it instead of just reacting right off the bat with my instant like, you know, whether just to get angry right away or something. I like take a step back and realize like what the actual problem is or something like that. It changes your life so much because you have this whole new lens and like way to see things around you.